They're what?
They're getting it on.
They're
Both
getting it
all
on?
All 4 of them. 5, 6.
That does not make me happy. They're making more babies.
Yeah, I know.
So are we starting?
Yeah.
Like always, a very weird intro.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, what's been going on, guys? We're back in the garden. It's been a while.
Yeah, a long while.
We've been reading comments. You guys, thank you so much. It is crazy here, and saying thank you to everybody because you guys you're amazing. It's helping us out a lot. We did get away from the garden a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It's been raining anyways. We're in the two week.
Yeah, we're in that period where it just rains a lot.
It rains
here
like 2 weeks.
in Virginia, but
which is awesome because we don't have to water.
Yeah, but that means we've also been away from the garden for quite some time, and more of an extended time period because there's just a lot of stuff going on.
There is. Let me see. There hasn't been any spraying getting done. For roses because it's raining. Mm-hmm. So we got stuff to do. We got a lot of things to do, but we're only going to take some plants out from the front of the garden. And I'll explain when we get there over there what exactly we're going to do. Right now, though, we did want to say hi and show you the beetles are here. Those Japanese beetles,
Yeah.
They have arrived. They've arrived maybe 2 weeks ago here.
Yeah, they've been here for
in our area.
about 2 weeks now.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing their thing. Don't smush them. I learned the hard way. Don't smush them. It calls more.
Yeah, it releases pheromones and it just attracts more of these guys. So that's one thing you don't want to do.
So we'll just let the birds take care of these guys. Or you can pick them yourself. We don't have time right now to pick them off because we're busy. But yeah, you pick them, put them in water, soap.
Yeah.
In something container and then just toss them. They'll die like that. But anyways, not much you can do with them.
Yeah.
Some panicles are starting to bloom, as you can see, the firelight. So anything, there's some hydrangeas that bloom earlier than others. Mm-hmm. I don't think I should get into that yet. But
no, we can talk about it later. Like I said, like Angie said, we've been away from the garden for a little bit. So our main goal is to come out here and do a couple things that we are meaning to do. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff with moving the garden has to wait kind of till the last minute because we don't want to start pulling things out and then they go into shock and we don't want to take too long to have them out of the ground.
We're there though. A lot of things are going to go into shock because we did wait a long time. We should have done most of these things we're going to be doing right now. We should have done them as soon as the plants, before they woke up or when they started to sprout. So like always, we love to give ourselves more of a challenge, but it's okay because then you guys get to see and get to learn from what we do, how much plants can take and how long they recuperate and all that wonderful stuff about gardening. So yeah, we got ourselves our biotone waiting out there, which that's going to be something that's going to help a lot now with a lot of the plants. Yep. It's a starter fertilizer for those of you that don't know, which helps the roots. Yeah. Get growing again. Okay, so I do want to show them the daylilies, because it is daylily time.
I'm going to go ahead and step out of the video here and then record Angie showing you guys that. I just wanted to say hi because I know it's been a while. And so I'm going to go ahead and get behind the camera and Angie's going to show you what's happening in the garden and what we're actually going to do today. Oh, a bunch of them flew over there.
All right. The garden is growing and you cannot stop it from growing. Daylilies. So daylilies have been something that I never really cared for. We have been sharing on Instagram and Facebook. So if you see us there, you know my story and my thoughts on them. Daylilies were just not something I really cared for growing up. I was seeing these guys everywhere. But I don't know, they were just the orange ones and yellows I was seeing. Yep. I had no idea there was more. I was still young, little kid back home. But look at these varieties that we got going on now. So this is Primal Scream from the Rainbow Rhythm series from Proven Winners. And now I find myself squeezing into the garden, into this tiny garden of ours, wherever I can, daylilies. I'm in love with them because they are the most easy plants that you can have in your garden to grow. And, they're edible too. That's one thing that I love about daylilies too. In the salads, the kids love them because of the color, so they'll eat them. What else can I say? They just keep giving and giving, even though it's a young daylilies probably going on its second year now.
Yeah, this one's the second year. The other ones that we're about to show are going on their third year, so they've got a lot more blooms. But
it's been blooming for what? Yeah. For like second week?
This is the second week of blooming,
and it still has a few to go. So, yeah, that's Primal Scream. It is one of the taller varieties of daylilies, and it's just a beautiful one that the name says it all. Okay, so let's go to the front because I have 2 more other varieties of daylilies I want to show you before we start to take out things from the garden. So as you can see, we are not doing this yet. We're preparing everything so we can get planting the front bed. So we like to lay everything out of all the annuals that we're going to go ahead and plant up there. But first, you know, I do have to do some cleanup on the bed. And I think we'll leave this whole thing for another video. Because I do want to talk a little bit about what's going on up here in the front. It's very sunny, so Ambrose will probably use some of the video you have, right?
Yeah.
From other days since daylilies have been blooming. I hope you have one of these from up here.
Yeah.
If you want to catch that one up there. That one is called Tiger Swirl. Also from the Rainbow Rhythm series from Proven Winners. And it's loaded with buds. Look at that one. That's just one we planted too. That was what, 2 years ago as well. All of them that we have been planted for 2 years.
Yeah.
And that is an amazing one. For me, like somebody like me that didn't care for the yellows and oranges of daylilies, I gotta say, guys, those just stole my heart away. They're beautiful. Talking about heart.
We might want to pause here for a second.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It got crazy right now, the sirens. But anyways, talking about heart, we have the other daylily, which there are 3 that we have in the garden. That one's called Sound of My Heart daylily. And look at how beautiful that one is. That one's right now my favorite in the garden. And that's the one that got me to want to grow daylilies again. Well, have them actually in our garden. I love that wine circle in the inside. The inside of the bloom has like that wine in there, and then the outside furls out the petals, and you can see also that wine color and a beautiful pink. They're just so pretty. They're very elegant looking. I love them, and we used to have the hydrangeas up here, so they would look really pretty because when they bloom along with the hydrangea. So all of these will give blooms throughout the season, all the way to fall. That's one thing that I love of all these daylilies. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you. They've been blooming, what, maybe 2 weeks already?
Yeah.
And gotta think if maybe we want to remove them once they're done with this flush, and that way we can start, you know, packing them up for the following move soon.
I think we're gonna actually separate them, so that's something I want to do on video because they are. I'll show you in a little bit, but they are splitting a little bit, so they might be ready to be split.
They are, but one of the reasons we went with these plants, with the daylilies, is because before I get going with what we really need to do is that, as you can see, it's a little slope right here. And when we first started, you know, the soil wasn't that great either. So one thing about growing daylilies, they love any type of soil. They are not picky. They are great in slopes. They're actually great for retaining the soil back. They're just amazing. You cannot go wrong with growing daylilies. Like I said in the beginning, they're one of the most easiest plants you can grow in your garden. You just can't go wrong with them. And there's just so many types of daylilies out there now, especially from the Rainbow Rhythm collection for Proven Winners. I know that I'm looking forward to plant more in the following, you know, in the future garden. Okay, so I think now we should go ahead and show what's going on over here. We do have other plants, as you've seen. We have the in the back, the boxwoods, the sprinter boxwoods that we grew. They're doing great. And then we have down, which I was telling Ambrose, I really wish we had done those in the beginning in a way, because they would be filled out and they just look so pretty. And then we have over here one of Ambrose's favorite salvias, well, his favorite salvia, which is, you know the name.
This is Rockin' Plain, the Blues
The
salvia.
Blues, yes. And it's a beauty right there. Something amazing because of all the bees, all the pollinators. Love it.
4 of them up here.
And then we have one of the came back for us, which all these are perennials and should come back here in our Zone 7B. That's Meteor Shower Verbena bonarensis, and that verbena is amazing. I love to have it because amazing for pollinators. It gives so much color. All of this flowers through the whole season. And, you know, it's a very easy way to have something this year because of everything we're doing. We didn't get to plant the annuals early. Right now we would have more color, but I'm actually enjoying this and I'm okay with this. We'll talk more about it later as we will be planting in there. I just wanted to show you that there can be something very simple planted like this just with perennials. They'll come back every year, and if you pick the right perennials, they will keep blooming throughout the season. You can have a beautiful garden no matter what. So I'm really loving this. So we do have a few plants that I put here in fall, and that right there is a Rebecca and a mum. So it's reminded me of a lot of end of summer and fall. I had some of the Rebecca's planted in the front last fall. The other two didn't come back, so I need to take this one out and remove these two guys. I am keeping the Rebecca, so something about Rebecca before I move it, so you know. So they can grow bushier and look more prettier during like fall. The same thing goes for the mums. As soon as you start seeing the buds coming, starting to show, you can pinch them back and you'll lose the bloom, but of course it'll just fill out a little bit more. I did give them some fertilizer. I did in the beginning of spring. Everything got here fertilized with plant tone from Espoma Organics. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the things I need and then we'll be back. I wet it. I was watering some of the plants right now too, because it got so hot and it's humid right now. Okay, so what I'm going to use right now, in case anybody is looking for something to, you know, for your knees when you're planting, digging around in the garden. This is called, I hope I say it right, Nilo Kneeler. This is from Corona Tools. And then this is what I'm always have around me in the garden. This is the Transplanter. It's also from Corona Tools. That's, you know, what we use here in the garden. And I'm gonna go ahead. First, I'm gonna take the mum, but let's look at it. Look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. It's just to show you that, you know, no matter what, I didn't go ahead and pinch it. I left it because I was enjoying the color that it gives no matter what. And it's just something to learn about, that you can have plants like this. And if you don't mind not pinching it back, you know, and you can just go ahead and enjoy the beauty that it gives around this time of year too. So I'm just gonna go around it and I'll probably just pass it on. I'm not taking any mums with me. Trying our best not to take a lot of plants, which I think at this point we're taking the whole garden.
Yeah.
We'll see though. But yeah, definitely not taking this. Man, it rooted in good. This was just planted in this past fall. Look at that. Planted with the biotone. Okay, so you're gonna go down there for now and let's get ready to get the Rebecca out.
Looks like the sun calmed down a little bit.
Yep. You think you're gonna miss gardening on a slope? Even though it's not that huge, but still?
No, I'm definitely not gonna miss gardening on the slope.
Good exercise though.
My ankles and knees that take a beating.
This is not something I really love, guys. I love the way plants look on a slope. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but not the whole gardening on it. Okay. Here we go. Let me go ahead and go to the side. Why did Angie put it there too, this Rebecca? I don't know. At the moment... at the moment the whole bed was full and packed with flowers. The end of summer, and it just looked very pretty. It
was a great idea at the time, that's why.
Ooh, did Mr. Ambrose not finish cleaning the boxwood cuttings?
No comment.
Yeah, he's been doing the boxwoods. He's been shaping them.
Yeah, I had to prune it quite a bit because I think the landscapers kind of, I wouldn't say afraid, but they know we garden, so they really don't want to come in here and start touching anything. So I think they've left the boxwood
They leave our garden alone.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful of that. They've told us they love what we do, so
So needless to say, you know, it's not the best boxwood shaper, cutter, whatever you want to call it, but I did my best. I'm getting some practice.
It's very therapeutic.
Whoa.
Look at that.
It's a big guy.
So am I keeping it or am I passing it on?
That is completely up to you. What do you want to do? Oh, I feel raindrops. No.
Yeah. Okay. Ready to head down there. Wow, right? The roots.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see how plants grow. All right, then. I got this Home Organic soil, potting soil. And let's go ahead and start filling this up. And I am feeling raindrops. So yeah, we're probably not going to plant the front today with the annuals. If we have time, we are both just going to make sure that that we lay it out for tomorrow, right? First thing in the morning.
Definitely.
Get up and do that.
Well, I mean, it depends. It said it was raining earlier on the app, but it's not really raining, so maybe it won't even rain. Maybe it'll just pass over. I felt the sprinkle, but...
Did you?
Yeah, it might just pass us over.
I can feel it. I can smell the rain, too. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some of the biotone so it can root in. Let's go ahead and put this one in. Does it need... Woo. Okay. Okay, it's really time for the hair to go up.
Is it?
I'm sweating, guys. It's humid. It's not like hot. It's just humid. I don't know if y'all understand. So, like I said, you know, plants start to go into shock when the temperatures are starting to get hot in your area. Like right now, we're actually what, 80, 81 today?
No, 88 when I checked.
88?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's hot today for us here. Not a day for my hair to be down and wearing makeup. We're actually supposed to be getting a thunderstorm today again. Not even thunder, right? It's just what, pretty rain? I don't know. I call it pretty rain here in Virginia. It's very soothing. Okay, guys, I finished this. It's potted up. I'm just gonna water it good. I went ahead and gave it its plant tone bile starter. I mean, I keep on saying plant tone, the bile starter. That should be very helpful for it right now that I'm taking it out, you know, once, you know, transplanting it when it's already, you know, the temperatures are warmer now. That's usually, you know, why plants start to get and go into shock when you transplant them, because the climate is probably in your area is already hot. If I start to notice it, you know, start to wilt or something, it's probably because of that, because it's going to go into shock. So honestly, though, it's going to rain a lot. I don't think it will go into shock. Usually they don't around here. I am going to take these little leaves off. They're like that because it wasn't getting enough sun there with the other plant in the bush around it. But it's full of buds. I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy, you know, watching it bloom. I'll put it in a sunny spot. It can actually take part sun, so I'll set it on the side of the house, the west area, and then I'm gonna go back there because I have a Verbena bonarensis to the meteor shower one, Verbena, that I'm gonna go ahead and grab from the back and transplant to the front. So let's go ahead and go do that. Remember, water them as soon as you are done planting them, transplanting them, moving them in the ground, or moving plants into pots. Remember to water well. I don't want to forget to tell you guys that you know, this one's in a pot, so I'm gonna make sure to be watering it every single day, you know, so it can get as it's getting established. Okay, let's head to the back. Here we go. Make sure we get all the roots out. It's rooted in. I don't want to break it. I've broke so many of these.
Yeah.
How do I break them? Because I'm always moving plants around in the garden. Okay, come on. Okay, and then this comes out.
Yep.
Let's go to the front. Oh, it's actually, look. It wants to bloom.
You're moving it too much. Stop
I
it.
know.
There you go.
Let's take it to the front.